Hello, everyone. Hello, Durud and Shalom. I see the chat is already busy. This is great. Fantastic. I love it here. This is great, guys. Don't forget to like the stream so that more people end up seeing the stream. I see Jack is here. I see Suti Land is here. Gular, Juris, Mariam, Mohsen. Oh, Roy. Roy is here. Hi, Roy. Unusual AI, Flying Robot Dog. Long time no see, Roy. And then Nail Bunny. And who else? Angry Keyboard Warrior. Okay, fantastic. Jack is here. Jewish Samantha is here. Amit is here. Debbie is here. Fantastic. Because how's my audio? Let's get started because we have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of nonsense to go through. And we need to respond to these guys because it's becoming so popular. It's the trend now to be anti-Israeli. And it's just spreading everywhere like a virus. So we need to push back. Every single one of us need to push back against that. It's really important these days, guys. It's really important to push back against all of this nonsense. Debbie, Stephanie, fantastic. All right, let's go. Audio is fine. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for. Let's just get started. See what Marjorie Taylor Greene, which is interesting. A lot of progressives who used to hate her are now loving her, because she is now more anti-Israeli than some progressives. And that's the key to popularity these days, guys. The more anti-Jewish or anti-Israeli you are, the more popular you will get, the more views you would get, the more subscribers you would get, the more donations you would get. A lot of people are jumping on that ancient bandwagon. So let's listen to this right now. Okay, this
AIPAC attacking you, sending out fundraising emails.
AIPAC, you know what? You can bring it on. I am totally ready for this. And this is a fight that I will fight and I will give it my all. And I can guarantee you're going to lose because America is fed up, Matt. They're fed up to here with funding foreign wars, funding foreign causes, funding foreign countries, while Americans work their ass off every day and pay their taxes and come home and they're living paycheck to paycheck and their credit cards are maxed out. I don't care anymore. I honestly don't care. So I'll burn this bridge to the ground and I will let the flames light the way, and because this is a fight that needs to happen.
If we were still in Congress, I would just say I associate myself with the comments of the gentlelady from Georgia, because everything you said there is factual and true. AIPAC.
The guys, it's so easy to say basically almost nothing at all, and people say like, "Oh my God, that was so factual, amazing," and no arguments, no evidence, nothing, just claims without backing it.
Attacking you.
What you respond to every single one.
Sending out fundraising emails.
AIPAC, you know what? You can bring it on. I am totally ready.
First of all, regarding AIPAC, please understand, guys, that when it comes to lobbying, Israel has done less than what it was supposed to do when it comes to lobbying the United States. Like, people are like, oh my God, AIPAC controls the United States. The consequences are so high. All the politicians are puppets of Israel because of AIPAC. First of all, AIPAC is completely American. These are all American citizens. Israel doesn't have a lobby in the United States, and it should have had a lobby. Israel should have done more like other countries do. Again, Israel gets constantly demonized for AIPAC, even though that's completely an American organization by American citizens. I mean, it's the right of American citizens to be able to try to push for the policies that they want, right? That's the right of every American. So the demonization of AIPAC is because these are American Jews. That's why they're demonized. But again, every American has the right to try to influence the direction of American politicians, right? So this constant demonization of AIPAC shows that when it's Jews, people end up hating on you, even though other countries constantly are lobbying the United States, and they have official lobbying groups directly connected to the country that is trying to do the lobbying. And Israel doesn't have that. And it doesn't even make sense. Like, people are like, oh, they're lobbying. They're not lobbying enough. They're not Israel should have had more. Israel is actually good at so many things, but there are certain things that the very things that they keep accusing Israel of are the things that Israel should actually be doing more of. Like the Jews controlling the media, like Israel controls the media or whatever. They actually suck at it. Okay, it's the anti-Israelis who control the media. So Israel is good at finance, entrepreneurship, business, trade, science, so many things, but not good at media. Not good at media. I mean, maybe it's because they're just low in numbers. I mean, to be fair, there's just like 9 million of them. And when it comes to the anti-Israeli side, we have 22 Arab countries. I think how many Muslim countries do we have? I think we have 50, huh? And then we have all the leftists, and then we have this ancient hatred of the Jews. So there's only 9 million of them. So that's maybe why they're not very present as much as they should be. It's hard for them to be this present on media, on social media, especially. Hey, Amit just gave us a super chat. By the way, guys, I will read super chats during the show if you want to support the show. Amit saying, have you heard about what happened to Nyack? No, what happened to Nyack? Something just recently happened? I haven't heard. I'm going to look this up then. What the hell? What happened? I heard about something else. I heard about just right now, just quite recently, Naftali Bennett and Netanyahu and some of your other politicians are just all of them at the same time, well, close to the same time, just came out on social media sending a message to the Iranian people regarding the uprising of the Iranian people. And what the hell is happening, guys, in Israel? Why is it Naftali Bennett and Netanyahu, and who is this other guy? Hold on, let me see. This other guy. I don't know if I should maybe cover that. Do you guys want me to cover that as well today? Walid Gadban just posted saying, "Come to the streets for rebellion. Israel will help you." Who is this guy? This is wow. This is a political counselor in Israel. Okay, but also Netanyahu just came out and had a video message to the Iranian people. Everybody's, I think I don't know what's happening. Are you guys, Israelis in the chat, are you guys about to attack? Like, can you guys, like, I know you wouldn't know, but why is it all your politicians are right now telling the Iranian people to rise up? What's happening? Is there going to be an attack tonight? Should I be ready for you guys attacking to the, please let me know, because I would want to, yeah. So, yeah, that's actually very interesting. I'm excited. Why are you all of a sudden coming? Maybe I'll show you that at the end of the show. Oh yeah, and the anti-Israel haters are in the chat, guys. Hi, anti-Semites. Hello, guys. Wave at the anti-Semites in the chat. Wave at them. Just smile and wave. Smile and wave. Do you know where's that from? Don't do my shit. Okay. Right. So, yeah, AIPAC. We talked about AIPAC. But let's continue.
For this, and this is a fight that I will fight, and I will give it my all. And I can guarantee you.
Oh, yeah, these guys are acting like they're the hero. They're like, AIPAC is this evil, giant institution that controls all the politicians, but I fight the power. I will stand against the force that is AIPAC. Do you know how convenient this is? So they act like AIPAC controls all the politics in the United States, which it doesn't. But by turning it into this big evil monster, then they get to be the hero of the story by doing something that AIPAC would not approve. Like, look at it. They make them, they inflate them. They make them really big and powerful. So when you are doing something that they would not approve, you look like a hero, because you look like, I don't care what they do to me. I will just say whatever. And again, whatever influence AIPAC could have right now, given how much anti-Israeli hatred, how common it is, obviously any politician who decides to go on the other side and basically say anti-Israeli stuff, they're going to see a huge level of support. And basically they're noticing that right now within society, there's so much anti-Israeli sentiment out there, and I can tap into that. So they're acting like they don't care about power or who says what, but they're just trying to see which direction the wind is blowing at, and they're noticing that it's in favor of the anti-Israeli stuff. So they're just trying to take advantage of the the arbitrage, the gap between the supply and demand. They see like, okay, there's right now so much demand for anti-Israeli speech and content, and the content is being provided, but when it comes to politicians, politicians move slower, and eventually more politicians in the US are going to come to the anti-Israeli side, but these people, usually the radicals, are going to be the main person that will take the first step, right? And it's not about resisting the influence of power. It's actually about giving into it. They're just noticing that, okay, this is the direction, this is what's selling, I'm going to sell that. So they make a boogeyman out of AIPAC, and they try to be the hero in the fantasy story that they just wrote themselves. That's what's happening. Right. Let's continue. By the way, guys, nobody explains these things the way I am right now on this channel. Like, did you guys like that? Did you guys like what I explained it perfectly? Like, nobody has explained the situation with why, like, what they're trying to do. They're trying to become the hero of the story with the boogeyman that they created, and they're acting like they're resisting the forces that the powers that be, but they actually are looking at what the powers, what they're actually giving into it. This was, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with how I explained all of this. Okay, and you should be impressed as well. And Injury Samantha saying, I love it. Oh, well, thank you so much, Injury Samantha. I love you too. And you guys need to like the stream as a reward for how amazing I am being at this. Okay, let's continue.
You're going to lose because America is fed up, Matt. They're fed up to here with funding.
America is fed up of all the benefits from international trade, from the security that this new liberal global orders, all the stability. That's what so if you are fed up, what you are fed up is what does Israel bring for the United States? Israel is a reliable ally of the United States in the Middle East. It has been on the side of the United States for many years, when it counted the most, when most of the energy of the United States came from the Middle East. Israel was there fighting tyrants and terrorists and dictators who wanted to have complete control over the oil in the Middle East and completely bankrupt and bankrupt Americans, and and basically destroy world trade. I mean, it wouldn't just be against America, it would be against the entire world. I mean, imagine if after the Soviet Union you had either a pan-Arabist or an Islamist empire being formed in the Middle East, just like and it stood against the West, just like the Soviet Union, but this time they had all the oil and all the gas that the United States and the rest of the world needed for it to grow. And none of that happened because Israel was there, and it was an ally of the West, an ally of the United States. And you mofos are so ungrateful, and you don't realize what Israel has done for you. And now that the United States is becoming major exporter of oil because they have found a lot of oil themselves, and they're becoming energy independent, now it's convenient for you guys to say like, oh, we had enough. Yeah, when you needed Israel all these years, you used Israel to go fight your wars for you, to go for Israeli soldiers to go die fighting in battles that American soldiers were not present in when you needed them to secure all the energy needs of America. But now that you are more energy independent, now you had enough. Yeah, exactly. When you don't need them, is this how you treat your allies? Is this how you treat our allies? Just get rid of them as soon as you don't need them anymore? Look, we got a super chat. Thank you so much. Let me actually respond to the super chat. Takas Janos is saying, thank you for the super chat, Takas. Is saying, if the Ayatollah sees his shadow when he peeks out of his bunker, we will have a long nuclear winter. Oh, wow. Well, did you come up with that yourself? That was genius. I love it. That was good. That was a good joke. Oh, look at this idiot. Somebody saying atheists supporting Judaism. How retarded do you have to be to think that supporting Israel is supporting Judaism? you are a moron. Okay. I mean, these people don't know that Israel is a secular country with Jews, Arabs, atheists, Druze, and many Christians, right? These people are so stupid. They're so stupid. They don't get it. I mean, as an atheist, which country? Hey, guys, as an atheist, which country in the Middle East would be easier for you to be an atheist in, right? Do you think it would be easier to be an atheist in Iraq? Maybe an atheist in Iran? Or what's happening to atheists in Israel? Israel atheists in Israel are, huh? What about that? Do you see how stupid you are? All right, let's continue.
Foreign wars, funding foreign causes, funding foreign countries.
It's not funding foreign causes, you fucking idiot. This is what the isolationist left and right doesn't understand. Okay, America is great because it supported its allies, because it has ties to other countries, because it protects the international trade routes, which all Americans rely on. America's military needs to be all around the world, but it cannot. Even America's military is not big enough. As big as it is, it's not big enough for it to be able to provide peace and stability everywhere all the time. It needs to also rely on its allies, and that's what Israel is. It's an ally of the United States. So this is not foreign, you idiot. This is actually completely American. It's completely American to support Israel because they're doing the Americans' bidding. They're doing the world's bidding. They're basically helping the entire world. And again, I mean, just look at the Houthis, for example. Just that's imagine the Houthis basically disrupting international trade. Multiply that by 1,000 if Israel was not in the Middle East. Do you guys understand how much more expensive everything would be? Do you understand when it comes to the economy, to finance, trade, the technology, the world would be at least 30 years behind where we are right now if we didn't have the new world order, the new liberal order after World War II that was made possible because of United States, its army, and its friendship and its cooperation with other countries was able to maintain that order. Do you understand the new world order is not just a piece of paper with some rules and agreements on it? It requires a military force of multiple countries to back it up. Do you guys understand that? Do you guys know that Americans are benefiting from that? Do you know that the entire world is benefiting from that? How about we thank Americans for actually providing this much peace and stability around the world, and try to tell Americans to not be stupid and realize that the way that they have done things before is the reason why America is such a great country right now. Anyways, let's continue.
While Americans work their ass off every day.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. Somebody saying the world needs Israel. The world needs Israel more than the world understands. The world so badly needs Israel. Again, no country on earth has had the balls to do what was needed when it comes to fighting the enemies of the world. Every single person on this planet should be thanking Israel for paying all of the price for maintaining this much stability by fighting the enemies of world peace and stability. Yeah. So let's continue. Hold on.
Foreign wars, funding foreign causes, funding foreign countries, while Americans work their ass off every day and pay their taxes and come home and they're living paycheck to paycheck and their credit cards are maxed out.
The Americans would have been in so much worse situation if we didn't have the current stability and order that has been provided by American military and America's allies around the world. Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. First of all, the Americans are living better than most of the people in the world, and Americans have higher lifestyles, better lifestyles, higher level of well-being than what they had before this new world order that we have right now. The main issues that America is facing right now, because everything in America relative to people's income is now cheaper, except the important parts, which is housing, healthcare, and education. Why has everything else gotten cheaper, but these three things have gotten more expensive relative to people's income, right? Because everything was everything. These three things should have also become cheaper because of the world order that we have and the stability that we have and the trade that we have and the technology that we have. Everything is supposed to get cheaper, but these three things didn't get cheaper. The reason why these three things didn't get cheaper in America is because of too much government involvement and too much government regulation, right? But the natural way of going, naturally, if government wasn't involved with these three things, then those things would have also become cheaper, just like everything else, because of the stability that we have created after World War II around the world, because of the new world order that is backed by America's military and its allies, right? So if you are worried about Americans living paycheck to paycheck and living on their credit cards, maybe instead of fighting the very country that is helping them most in trying to provide the peace and stability that is required for you to do enough trade that reduces the price of goods and services everywhere around the world, maybe instead of fighting that country, maybe instead you should be fighting your own government to stop meddling in these three areas, and maybe try to get them to stop regulating everything. Maybe that's what you need to do, right? So let's continue.
I don't care anymore. I honestly don't care. So I'll burn this bridge to the ground, and
You definitely care. You're a politician. All you care is about your popularity. All you care is about getting elected. So you're acting like you don't care, but you do care. You're just looking at what the wind is blowing, and the wind right now is on the anti-Israeli side, and that's why what you're doing. You definitely care.
To the ground, and I will let the flames light the way, and because this is a fight that needs to happen.
If we were still in Congress, I would just say I associate myself with the comments of the gentlelady from Georgia, because everything you said there is factual and true.
Yeah, sure. A whole bunch of bullshit. Let's go to her next video. By the way, guys, the anti-Israeli haters are in the chat. What is happening? They're so busy. Look at them. They're so angry with me. They're calling me pro-genocide. Look at this. Lies. Calling me an idiot. Look at this. Oh, Nima is here. Hi, Nima. Yeah. People, all of you who call this a genocide, call what Israel is doing as a genocide. You're all retarded, because you all have no idea what genocide even means. You can't even define genocide. And if you can, then I could easily show you what Israel is doing is definitely not genocide. But again, you guys are too stupid for me to explain that to you. But let's continue with the second video.
AIPAC to be registered under federal law as a foreign.
Wait, was that the beginning of the video? Let me see.
I've called for AIPAC to be registered under federal law as a foreign agent.
Oh, AIPAC again? Seriously? AIPAC again? You guys, you just make it. Look at this.
I've called for AIPAC to be registered under federal law as a foreign agent, basically to register themselves as a foreign lobbyist, which is what they.
They're not a foreign lobbyist, you fucking idiot. AIPAC is by Americans. They're American Jews, you idiot. How does she not know this? They're not a foreign entity. They're American Jews. And even if they were, that wouldn't make them bad or evil, because so many other countries have lobby groups that are working in the United States. And in fact, Israel should have a lobby group that is basically tied to the government. I mean, they can't, because people hate Israel so much. Yeah, again, you see, different double standards for Israel. Other countries have their own lobbies and they're not demonized for it. But Israel, even though Israel doesn't have one, and the AIPAC is completely American, but because they're American Jews, people see them like, oh, Jews, so they are more loyal to Israel, right? This is anti-Semitism.
This is a foreign lobbyist, which is what they are. AIPAC lobbies on behalf of Israel. And ever since I've said that, and I've also.
Okay, so she says AIPAC lobbies on behalf of Israel. See how she played with the words there? So based on the definition of what makes you a foreign entity that is lobbying, that doesn't. If you are all American, that doesn't make you a foreign lobby. When you say lobbies on behalf of Israel, no. What they're doing, these are American Jews who care about the strong bond between Israel and America. That doesn't make them foreign. They are American. So if Americans, for example, some Americans care about, I don't know, United States providing aid in Indonesia if there's a flood, okay? If they care about that and they want to pressure their government to help with that, that doesn't make them a foreign agent, okay? If they're American, Americans get to decide what they want their politicians to focus on. That doesn't make them a foreign agent. Let's continue.
Also use the G word, Eric. I did call it a genocide in Gaza. Mark Levin has...
Wow, so brave. So brave. I used the G word. I did call it a genocide. Well, that makes you an idiot because you don't know what genocide is then. Guys, if it's a genocide, tell me again, which ethnic, racial, religious, or national group is Israel trying to erase? Just tell me which one of it is it. Is it Arab? Because Israel is 20% Arab, right? And Muslim, they have also, I mean, I know some of them are Christian or atheist, but they're also close to 20% Muslim. Who's this person is just putting letters? Hey, if you keep putting letters in the chat, I'm going to ban you. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Somebody's saying Palestine. Palestine is not a nation. See, you do not understand the definition of genocide. Okay, and they're also not trying to destroy them. But given that the numbers of the people who are being killed in Gaza doesn't even remotely get close to wiping out a population. You guys cannot do math. You either don't know what the definition of genocide is, or you can't, you don't know math. You don't know math. You can't count. You can't count. You cannot count. But again, Palestine is not a nation. I showed you that in previous live streams by showing you that the leaders of the Palestinian cause movement, they themselves said that Palestine is a fake identity. I knew this and I told you, but I didn't know that they themselves actually admitted this. So yeah, there is no Palestine. There is no Palestine as a nation. There is no Palestinian identity other than a terroristic identity. Palestine is not an identity for a nation. Palestine is a terroristic, jihadist, radical, crazy identity. That's what it is, okay? That's why we don't refer to the people in Gaza as Palestinians out of respect. We call them Gazans, okay? Palestine, there is no Palestine. All right, so let's continue.
Genocide in Gaza. Mark Levin has lost his mind and has gone on raving lunatic rants about me on social media and on his...
Look at this. This guy's saying in the chat, he's saying, is this clown really trying to defend the murder of children? No, you idiot. I'm protecting children of Gaza by defending Israel. You're too stupid to understand what I just said, right? You who defend the Palestinian cause, you have blood on your hand. You are the one who's responsible for encouraging Palestinians to fight a hopeless war, continue to fight a war that they will never win, and get used by a terroristic organization that uses the children of Gaza as human shield, okay? If you care about the children in Gaza, you would be defending Israel. There is no entity on earth that does more to save the children of Gaza more than the IDF, more than Israel's military. If you knew what's good for the children of Gaza, you would be defending the IDF. None of you here who pretend to care about the people in Gaza or the children in Gaza. None of you give a shit. This is all of this bullshit that you're saying in the live chat. All of it is just to satisfy your revolutionary fetish. Okay, you want to be a hero in your own made-up story, and you act like you pretend like you care about starving and dying children. You don't give a shit. You're actually using their blood and tears just to make yourself feel better, just to make yourself feel like you're a hero in the story that you just made up. That's all you're doing. But you have blood on your hand. You're using these people's suffering just to make yourself feel like a revolutionary, feel like you're a hero. That's all you're doing. Right? Because none of you who keep saying like, the children in Gaza, none of you have done shit to help the people in Gaza. None of you have done. Go look at what the IDF does. The IDF, when it tries to defend its own people, when the IDF tries to protect Israelis, they have done more than any nation's army to try to protect the civilians in Gaza. And you're too blind to see it. You're too blind to see it. If there's if there's anybody, if there's any institution, if there's any group of people who cares about the people in Gaza, it's the IDF. Because anybody, even me, when I come here and say like, oh, the people in Gaza matter, these are just words. The only entity that has done what is needed to protect the children in Gaza, it's the IDF. But you guys are too brainwashed to understand any of that.
Radio show. Never forget, this is Mark Levin that wanted America to drop nuclear bombs on Iran on behalf of Israel. He wants us to bomb and attack Gaza, and people are not.
Nuclear bomb on Iran? What is she smoking?
To drop nuclear bombs on Iran on behalf of Israel. He wants us to bomb and attack Gaza, and people are not tolerating it, Eric. They're sick and tired of the foreign aid. They're sick and tired of funding foreign countries for everything, and they're sick and tired of the foreign wars, but not Mark Levin. Mark Levin wants America's military to bomb every country on the planet if Israel wants it to.
Yeah, I'm actually in favor of America not bombing anything in Iran. Let just Israel do that, because last time Americans got involved in doing any bombing of the nuclear sites in Iran, that actually didn't work out for us. That was just an excuse to stop Netanyahu from continuing his war. By the way, guys, if AIPAC is so powerful, why are all American presidents taking actions against Israel, especially recently? Bush Sr. did that, Obama did that, Biden did that, and Trump does that as well. Why is it that so many things, so many of the policies of the United States are not in line with what Israel wants if they're so powerful? Let me see. I need to have this quote always ready next to me, because a lot of you people say like, oh, there is a Palestine, there is a I don't know, there is no Palestine. There is no Palestine. You guys want me to read that quote again? I should always have that ready, because every time I say that, people think like, what are you talking about, Armin? How could you say there is no Palestine? Where's my notes? I should have that ready next time. This is the starvation calorie notes. This is my, yeah. I need to find that. Maybe it was somewhere down here. No, I can't find it. Oh, maybe if I put PLO in there. Oh, yeah, I found it. See, if I put PLO there. Okay, so again, the people who, when I say there is no Palestine, and you go like, there's no Palestine. How could you say there's no Palestine? Don't you see the people in Gaza was fine? Okay, I have to always read to you this quote by Zohair Mohsen, or Zahir Mohsen, which was a senior PLO leader in 1977. Basically, these are the founders of the Palestinian cause. He said, where is it? The Palestinian people do not exist. There is no difference between Jordanians, Palestinians, Syrians, and Lebanese. Between the Jordanians, Palestinians, Syrian, and Lebanese, there are no differences. We are all part of one people, the Arab nation. Just for political reasons, we carefully underwrite our Palestinian identity, because it is of national, look at this, because it is of national interest for the Arabs to advocate the existence of Palestine to balance Zionism. Yes, the existence of a separate Palestinian identity exists only for tactical reasons. Once we have acquired our rights in all of Palestine, we must not delay for a moment the reunification of Jordan and Palestine. Basically, he's saying this is all just an excuse. They were trying to create a pan-Arab empire, and Israel got in the way. Thank you, Israel, for serving the entire world. And now Hamas is trying to create an Islamic empire, and Israel is in the way. This is not about every one of you who's saying like Palestine, You're being used by this evil imperialist Islamic agenda, and they don't even believe in Palestine. They have made you believe in something that they don't even believe in themselves. They only want to either bring their Islamic. There's three options in their mind. Either they are the Nazi-like Arab supremacists. They want to bring in a pan-Arabist empire, or it's the Sunni Islamists, which they want to bring the caliphate, or is the Shia Islamists, and they want to bring an imamate. So it's one of these three. It's one of these three. It's not about Palestine. You guys being fooled. You guys are idiots in the chat. Anybody who says free Palestine, say free Palestine in the chat. Let the idiots show themselves. Say, tell me, put watermelons and Palestinian flag and say free Palestine. Say it in the chat. Come on. Give me your free Palestines. Expose yourselves for the idiots that you are. Right. And guys, the rest of you like the stream because I need more people seeing the stream. Oh, look, Nima from Iran here is. Look at this. Nima from Iran is saying thanks to Bibi from the people of Iran. Nima is in Iran, by the way. Thank you, Nima. All right. Somebody saying in the chat is saying, you are evil. You are butthurt. All right, let's go to the next video. You guys just can't handle all the facts that I'm giving you. You guys are just, not very smart. You're not very smart. Let's watch this one.
America first means enough of the foreign wars, enough of sending money to a Middle East conflict between us and Israel. Enough of all of those things. Let's bring it back to the United States.
But Eric, you're completely right. We said no more foreign wars. And here we are. We are funding.
Wait. Somebody said in the chat, you're stupid to me while spelling you're wrong. Nanny, this is embarrassing. Okay. When you're trying to call me stupid, try to make sure you spell it correctly because it will backfire. Okay? It'll just backfire. Okay? When you want to call somebody else stupid, just double check your spelling because that's just embarrassing. Okay. Okay. No, don't ban the trolls. Don't ban the trolls like these, like anti-Israeli haters. I want them here.
Enough of sending money to a Middle East conflict between us and Israel. Enough.
Oh, wait. One more person saying you are an evil Jew. Okay, I'm glad that the people who are against Israel come and show that the whole point is that they hate Jews. Thank you so much for showing how anti-Semitic you guys are. Thank you so much for exposing yourself. Thank you for that. So let's watch this.
Us in Israel. Enough of all of those things. Let's bring it back to the United States.
But Eric, you're completely right. We said no more foreign wars. And here we are. We are continuing to fund Israel's war, basically against whoever they want to go to war with. And Republicans will never back off of that.
Israel's wars. When they're not Israel's wars, these are your wars that you are refusing to participate in. And you're letting Israel do the heavy lifting. I mean, does she not know that the people who Israel is fighting, they consider Israel to be the little Satan and the United States to be the big state Satan? And the whole point of them fighting is to get over the little Satan so that they could eventually go and fight the big Satan. How is this not your war? This is your war. You're just letting Israel just do most of the work.
At least they showed that when I introduced an amendment to stop funding it. There were only 6 members of Congress that voted for my amendment. That includes myself.
Yeah, obviously an idiot. Doesn't understand any of these points. I mean, obviously you don't have to be so very smart in the United States to be a politician. You go. By the way, but if you guys don't know, this is the same lady who talked about Jew lasers in space, Jews having space lasers and somehow controlling the whole world. With this is that lady. By the way, a lot of progressive and leftists are now loving her because of her anti-Israeli take, and they don't remember that this is the same lazy lady that used to talk about Jew lasers in space. She is, yeah, exactly. She's so fucking dumb. So let's continue with this. Guys, do you like how good my responses are? I have the exact information required to answer to these idiots. I hope you appreciate that. You should like the stream, and you should recommend this channel to more people. And if you don't like what I'm saying, recommend this channel to people who could come into the chat and expose me. Just tell people, go get the anti-Israelis, come say like, hey guys, come over here. Let's tell these people that Israel is evil. Okay, go get your anti-Israeli buddies. Let me see what you guys have to say. Look at this one. Oh my God. I don't, because this is not the type of love that we want. Somebody saying, I love my Jews. Soon Jesus will show them who their savior is. Jesus Christ. Literally. Yeah, so I like them, but not the way they are. I like them because I have this romantic idea of changing them exactly in the way that I want them to be. Okay. You know how you marry somebody not because you love who they are, but you have this delusion that you could actually change them to something that you want. You're basically in that fantasy, lady. No, if you want to love people, just accept them the way they are instead of wanting to change them. All right, let's continue. Let's watch this.
America's $37 trillion in debt. Israel is doing so good, their government provides government-funded health care, government-subsidized college tuition. That's not happening here in the United States for the American people.
I thought she's a right-winger. When did she become in favor of government-funded healthcare and education?
Subsidized college tuition. That's not happening here in the United States for the American people, but yet the United States government gives Israel $3.8 billion every single year.
You know, look at how I could destroy her with just what she said. Do you understand that $3.8 billion is nothing compared to the debt situation that you're in? Maybe your debt situation is because of something else. Look at her own numbers. Okay, listen to her.
America's $37 trillion in debt.
37 trillion.
Israel is doing.
One more time.
America's $37 trillion in debt. Israel is doing so good, their government provides government-funded health care, government subsidies.
Why is it frozen? Hold on. Let me actually remove this and bring it back up. Okay, let's bring it back up.
Israel is doing so good, their government provides government-funded health care, government-subsidized college tuition. That's not happening here in the United States for the American people, but yet the United States government gives Israel $3.8 billion.
I mean, does she not know how numbers work? Do you understand $3.8 billion is like a drop in an ocean compared to that debt number that you just mentioned? Do you understand that shows that your problem is not supporting Israel? That trillion. And by the way, that all of that money that you say you support Israel with, you're actually supporting America with that, because it's not just money that you're just giving to Israel. These are with the condition that all of that is spent on American workers and American industry. Every single, all that money is supposed to come back to America. So that's not money that is just leaving America. That is just some money that is coming right back to America, creating American jobs. All of it. So that money is not even being thrown away. It's coming back to America, producing jobs. Maybe more people with those jobs could actually afford better healthcare and better education. So maybe keep that in mind. But even if it was, based on your numbers, these are completely. It shows that It shows that you're attacking Israel not because you're worried about the debt. It's just because you're trying to demonize Israel. Because if the debt number that you mentioned, if you actually cared about that, then you wouldn't mention $3.8 billion, which is nothing compared to that giant number. Your debt problems, which might not even be a problem given the rate of technology and productivity that we're going to have in the future. I don't know. But your debt problems, if there are a problem, I think they are going to be a problem. We'll see. Is because of something else. It's because of too much government regulation and too much government involvement in private businesses. That's the problem. Israel is actually helping you by reducing your cost of providing peace and security for your trade routes. Israel is actually helping you with that. In fact, if anything, you're not supporting Israel enough. Let me see. We got a super chat. Oh, Shauna, thank you so much. Yeah, Shauna saying, okay, and my MTG, now do Europe. Exactly. Yeah. Good point. Yeah, by the way, guys, do you know that United States spends more on military in Germany and South Korea, and Germany and South Korea do less than Israel when it comes to fighting America's enemies? Did you guys know that? You're getting Americans, you're getting such a good deal with Israel. In fact, you're getting a bargain. You're getting the better end of the deal with Israel. You're giving them some financial support that they even give back to you right away. And they're spending the lives of their people. You know, you're spending dollars, they're spending blood fighting your enemies. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? No, you don't, because some of you are idiots. Yeah, people are saying in the chat, free Palestine. Again, if you keep saying free Palestine, why do you act so surprised when Israel comes and takes it? You kept on marketing it for free. Somebody comes and takes it. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Anyways, let me just see the rest of this.
Dollars every single year. And then in our defense appropriations bill was an additional $500 million to go to Israel. So my argument was
500 million. Are you kidding me? You just told us about the debt that is 700 trillion. That's the number. That's what guys, did I misremember that? That's what she said. That's what she said. And you're talking about 500 million? Are you a joke? Like, this shows that they are not at all concerned about the debt. They're just trying to demonize Israel.
Hey, we're hurting over here in America. We're $37 trillion in debt. We are not taking care of our own people.
Oh, you're repeating that?
Can we stop funding these foreign countries, no matter who they are? We had only 6 that voted for my amendment to strip that. Do you know who was not?
Guys, this is the horseshoe theory right here. Look at this. Look at this. Marjorie Taylor Greene put in an amendment to stop supporting Israel. And look who voted for it.
Can we stop funding these foreign countries, no matter who they are? We had only 6.
Look at this. Elon Omar voted with Marjorie Taylor Greene's amendment. Amazing. Amazing. This is the horseshoe theory right here. The far right, the far left. What brings the far right and the far left close together is their hatred for Jews. That's what's happening. That's what's happening here. Amazing.
Voted for my amendment to strip that. Do you know?
Oh, yeah. See, imagine. Look at the progressive. Look at these progressives supporting this far right.
Voted for my amendment.
Look at this. Rashida Tlaib. Guys, did you guys ever think that Rashida Tlaib would be voting for an amendment by Marjorie Taylor Greene? Right. Hey, Dolly's here. Hi, Dolly.
To strip that. Do you know who was not on that list? AOC. The one that claims to be against all.
Yeah, Dolly, guy, by the way, guys, is really valued. She volunteered for us for a long time, so I'm glad to see you here again, Dolly. But what does it say? She said AOC didn't.
Not on that list. AOC, the one that.
Yeah, AOC is getting more mainstream. I think a little bit. That's why I'm not
claims to be against all the wars and wants to lead, cares about people, cares about humanitarian crisis in Gaza.
I hope that maybe these anti-Semites will prove to be useful idiots, and the anti-Semites on the left this time, and try to keep attacking AOC because her not going as far as these people, because AOC is dangerous, guys. AOC could be president one day. AOC could be president of the United States. It's very likely that AOC will be the president of the United States at some point. So we need to get her on to keep, get these radicals to keep putting bills and amendments out there against Israel in a way that is so unreasonable that even AOC cannot support it. So that maybe some of these anti-Semites will end up hating so much that she wouldn't get elected. But guys, it would be really bad You know, I mean, it will probably happen at some point, but AOC is going to be president unless he could get these progressives. Because the good thing about progressives is that they keep eating their own and they keep attacking each other. So that's our only hope. That's our only
Wants to stop the genocide. She would not do it, and she got called out hard.
Yeah, so AOC was called out hard for not stopping the genocide in Israel. Yeah, I hope the progressives attack her so much that she doesn't end up being president, because that would be a disaster. So let's go to this other video. Okay, guys, so I'm going to show you another video, and after this, I'm going to go to my personal channel, Armin Navabi. This is my personal channel. Well, I mean, you could search for my personal channel by searching for my name, Armin Navabi. On that channel, we don't talk about politics or religion. On that channel, we talk about I teach people how I make money using very little audience. I am on my own personal channel. It's a smaller channel, and I show people how it's easy it is to make decent money even with a small audience, right? And let me see what is my next show is on that channel. What is it called? So that show starts in about 30 minutes or 35 minutes, and it's called the fastest way to find paying clients even from scratch. Okay, so the fastest way to find paying clients even from scratch. I just go show you my methods, what I do, and how easy it is for you guys to do it as well. Over there, we're gonna put politics and religion aside. That's what my personal channel is about. So I'm gonna go live there in about 35 minutes. Okay, but let me do this one last video and then I will go over there. Okay, so let's watch this.
And we never thought we'd see. When MTG stood to fight for Americans, AOC chose to fight for Israel. On July 17th, 2025.
Oh, wow, they're attacking AOC so much. This is great. This is good, guys. The infighting between the anti-Semites, the infighting between the enemies of Israel. This is what we need. Who's not anti-Semitic enough? It's AOC. It's not, like, look at this. The far right has become more. Look at this. They're more Catholic than the Pope. You know, they're trying to the far right is trying to outdo the far left in their anti-Israeli position. Okay, yeah, keep fighting each other.
Here's a headline we never thought we'd see. When MTG stood to fight for Americans, AOC chose to fight for Israel. On July 17th, 2025, Marjorie Taylor Greene stood on the House floor and delivered a speech that may echo for generations. Her message was simple and powerful. It's time to stop funding Israel.
Even though Israel has universal health care and subsidized college for their citizens, they're able to provide that. However, here in America, we're $37 trillion in debt.
And while principled voices from both sides of the aisle, including Al Green, Summer Lee, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and Thomas Massie, stood with MTG and voted to cut $500 million in military aid to Israel, AOC chose the other side. She sided with the Zionist lobby and voted to send even more of your money to Israel in the midst of a genocide. Do you think AOC should apologize to the American people for sending their money to fund a genocidal state?
Okay, I'm actually liking this last one, because AOC is their only hope for the anti-Semites to get an anti-Israeli candidate into the White House. So if she's not being anti-Semitic enough against Israel, and they keep wanting, now they're turning on her, I hope this grows. What can we do to help this grow? Because guys, progressives are so stupid. They're going to lose if they turn on each other so fast. So if we could get them to hate on AOC so much, and for them to just basically destroy the only hope that they could have for getting somebody in the White House that is so anti-Israeli, that would benefit us so much, right? That would benefit us so much. Let me see what got. Okay, so the free Palestine people, have they left? Because usually they come in the middle and they try to get under my skin and they fail. And when they can't, they just leave. They're like, okay, this guy, we tried to piss him off, but we were not able to, so they just leave. That's why, yeah. See, at the beginning they're not here. In the middle of the show they're here, and then they give up. Like, this guy This guy doesn't get upset because of all our insults and all our attacks. Has no influence on him. So they just give up and go. Jack. No, I don't know. Okay. No, they're not bots. They're just and if you guys, we should be careful not to call them bots because there's so much anti-Jewish hatred that's why they come here, right? And they're not bots. They're real people, and the anti-Jewish hatred is real. So we have to accept that. Somebody saying, "Ha ha ha! You look defeated." I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I just had a great show. This guy just is getting so pissed that I'm destroying all the anti-Israeli arguments, so he has nothing against me. So he's just like, "Oh, you look like this. You look like that." These are people that have zero arguments. They're drones, anyways. They're people in Pakistan. They're everywhere. Anti-Jewish hatred is so widespread around the world. Someone's saying, "I know you see my comments." I just saw your comment. To be real, I mean, does look like he could use a glass of water. Okay, well, I have water. Yep. All right, guys. I'm gonna go to my personal channel. I was gonna read some of these anti-Israelis, but usually they leave at this time. So I'm gonna go to my personal channel. I'm gonna keep doing this, by the way. I'm gonna keep responding because it's spreading, guys. Anti-Israeli hatred is spreading like a virus, and there's not enough people calling it out, especially the way I do it. I do it 10 out of 10. It's so impressive how I respond to this nonsense. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Yeah, it's spreading, Torah. You're right. It's spreading the anti and guys, keep coming here. Keep recommending my shows to other people, and let me know who are the people who are spreading lies against Israel, and you want me to respond to. And Ginga saying, "Thanks, Armin." Yes, thank you. You're welcome. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go to my personal channel. If you're interested in figuring out how to find your first clients to buy something from you, if you're providing a service, to just use your phone, just your phone. That's all you need to find your first clients. I'll show you how it's done on my personal channel. So come over there. It's right here. Okay. Just search for Armin Navabi on YouTube and come over there. Okay. All right, guys. Oh, Nick Fuentes, I don't know if I could respond to him because he's like, if I show his videos, YouTube might ban me. So I don't know. Yeah. All right, guys. Bye. I'm Israel Kai. Javid Shah. Mwah. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.